While James Garden purchased a Nintendo Wii behind in 2006, slight did he aware how the buy would factory the semen for the childbirth of his own World Technique mark. Hard out the game's comfort for the at first period at his household in San Francisco, the later 29-year-old was much amazed by the movement sensor technique how permitted users to monitoring their at-screen incarnation in flesh movements. We done implement a fun and favorable operation how the entire household could do along, how was really remarkable for me, says Mr. Garden, now 41. I mind, how can I seize the sorcery and do it laptop? His concept was to build a wearable suitability tracker, and in April 2007 he and boyfriend Eric Friedman based a business named Fitbit. Present the San Francisco-based industry sells more than rather than 15 millionth devices a year, wristbands and watches how recording a customer's cardiac beat, the quantity of stairs they include walked, and some workout statistic. Yet the company has florid hard times recently. Consumer demand for suitability trackers has chilled, at the identical period as Fitbit has florid enlarged contest of the likes of the portable telephone giants POM and Samsung, that include driven out their own clever watches. Mr. Garden, who has the head execution name, is sure how he can rotate things about, as the business expands in the health segment. Mr. Garden advanced his desire for technique as a adolescent increasing up in Cleveland, Ohio, wherever he scientific to coding with coding languages love Main and Pascal. He says he favorite take computers separately and setting them behind along once again. I gravitated to computers since I knew I favorite which I was vision, Mr. Garden says. Following he completed top high school he set out a extent in medical at Harvard College, but quickly omitted out to job at invest banking Morgan Stanley. Yet, financial didn't circulation each, so he leftward and begun his at first technology begin up in the deceased 1990s, at the altitude of the later dot-com boomers. The industry, that special in e-commerce transactions, flopped in 2001, and so Mr. Garden begun else company in Eric Friedman, who is present Fitbit's head technique official. Their enterprise, Breeze Up Labs, created toolkit for digital picture edit and picture dividing. It rapidly brought the focus of CNET Networks, a Californian technique print team, that purchased it for an unsolved sum in 2005. How purchase gave me my at first actual see at how a big technique company operates, says Mr. Garden, who united CNET for 2 years following the transactions. It was a forming expertise for me since I scientific how management teams supervise teams, how to conduct human beings. Following his Nintendo Wii epiphany, Mr. Garden abandoned CNET and begun work in Mr. Friedman on Fitbit. In just a little crew over them, Mr. Garden had to expend lot days and nights coding the company's software program plate by oneself. He and Mr. Friedman as well toured Asiatic factories to find out on manufacture their monitoring devices. Eric and I were software program engineering personnel, not operative human beings, so we necessary to discover out how to construct equipment in a brief interval of period, says Mr. Garden. In the medium 2000s, suitability fans were with cheap-end pedometers to path their stairs, but anything really digital had go to marketplace. Yet, while Fitbit startup it imbued a gap in the marketplace and grew quick. The successful of the business was helping by the growth of its application, that switched users to communicate and competitive in every sum on the internet. We saw how the public dimension of Fitbit reasoned human beings to work out, says Mr. Garden. We found how each boyfriend you add to yours Fitbit society increases your stairs per day by 700. Fitbit grew quick and it list on the stockpile marketplace to lot buzz on June 17, 2015. Its shares achieved a spike of nearly $50 in July 2015, but they are now trade about the $5 mark. Ramon Lamas, a technique analysis at study team IDC, says how Fitbit is necessary to extend which it giving its customers in procedure to superior competitive. Fitbit collects vast amounts of information on how human beings get fitting, but which else can you do in how information, he says. If I was a Fitbit customer, I'd wish insights and consultation how can assist me. But they aren't provided how. Mr. Garden says he is sure of Fitbit's ongoing location in the suitability monitoring segment. No solitary business will win the area of with digital technology to assist human beings get reason to be wholesome, he says. Down there will be repeated winners and we're penalty in-house script. The company does requirement a win in 2018 although, and in March it opened a new smartwatch named Vice Versa. A simplistic, less than costly release of early model, it has gained commend of device review experts, and may assist Fitbit restore several loose marketplace stake. At the identical period, it is ongoing to extend in the health production. The year Fitbit nested $6 million in Sano, a business evolving a pea-sized dextrose display how users would carry on their leather love a patching. It is as well work in biography tech company Dexcom on ways to let Fitbit users path their dextrose levels on their smartwatches. We wish to increase our industry for wearables, Mr. Garden says. In 5 years of currently, I wish human beings to see us as a customer electronic equipment business but as well as a digital public health business how provides both of devices and software program to assist human beings encounter suitability goals or supervise public health facility.